Welcome back to A Diamond in the Rough with Ted X, my superior British mechanic.
Your lovely assistant.
And, of course, my father's 1978 Lincoln Continental Mark V Diamond Jubilee Edition. Now, last time, Ted, we had gotten the car running.
Yes.
But I think
we barked it up.
But I think we need to do some triage. We've got some issues with it. We have intermittent electrical problem, which, well, you can show them if you.
Yeah, we have that. You know, you can tell with the telltale under hood warning light that if you grab this bundle of wiring and jiggle it just right, that light is an indication of whether or not the whole car is getting electricity right now. Right now it is, now it's not, now it is, now it's not. So there's a little open down there under a bunch of electrical tape, and so we'll fix that.
This is much more than a car to me, and I'll tell you why. If you look at the color, it's this kind of crazy baby blue, and in high school, when I had a chance to go to my prom, there was, of course, a girl who now calls herself Jean, but back in the day, her name was Jeannie, that I had an eye out for, and I thought I could impress her by taking her to prom in a very special car. But here's the really funny part. To really impress her, I thought that I would match the color of the car to my tuxedo. So yes, I had a baby blue tuxedo when I went to prom with Jeannie in this very car. And let me show you something else about it. If you look over here, you'll notice that there is, of course, a faint but still noticeable TVR. And that stands for Tom, Vera, and R for Roman. I'm an only child, and when my dad bought this car, he wanted to thank the entire family that we was able to make it in America, so that's why he put TVR in it, for Tom, Vera, Roman. So, I think our first order of business will be, let's try starting it up again, make sure that it runs, and then we got to fix that intermittent wire. And then the fun part, we're going to take it for a ride, and we're going to do something this car desperately needs, which is giving it a good, thorough cleaning.
Yes, a cleaning.
All right, Ted, should we give it a try?
Yes, and I'm assuming that it's all going to be fine. We're not even going to take the air cleaner off. No more barbecue. It's just going to magically start with the gas we put in it last time.
I trust you 100%. Here we go.
That's one of us. That said, I feel like I should stand back.
You ready?
Fire at will, so to speak.
I got no power.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got the wire jiggling exercise to do.
Ready?
Try her now, Scotty. Runs like $100.
All right, here's the question. Will it die if you let go of the wire?
Yes, it will.
All right.
Oh, the starter's still going.
Undo the battery.
Hold the negative lead.
Hold the power.
Yeah.
Are you still recording, guys?
That would be the new solenoid, I might add.
Are you guys recording? You gotta get this. All right. So we've got some issues.
We do. And that was the new solenoid stuck in the on position. Yeah. Thank goodness it's new.
Did that pull off, you think?
Woo. Starter's still awake. Yeah, the thing is, I pull this off.
Yeah.
I think it's still stuck.
Yep.
There's the evidence, yep.
So what do we do now? Another solenoid?
I'm a fan of hit the solenoid with a hammer.
All right.
And see what happens, but
give it a shot.
With a hammer.
Yeah.
You know, a moment of praise for cameraman Tommy, who not only had the foresight to bring electrical tape when your brilliant mechanic did not. Here's the hammer we'll be using today, because Sharp as a marble. I didn't bring one of those either. I assume that this is actually stuck and that I can just wrap it and bring it back to not so stuck. We'll see. So far so good. Not cranking the starter. So the brand new solenoid, for whatever reason.
So do we need to replace the brand new solenoid?
Or assume that that was a fluke and we can move on and not worry about it. I don't know which.
I think we definitely have to fix that intermittent problem.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, let's do that next. Hey Ted, last time we did this, we didn't change the oil, which we're going to do, by the way. But what was the thought of not doing that first?
You know,
Besides the fact that this car weighs too much.
There is that certain laziness factor in field expediency that says your loving tech doesn't want to lay in the dirt to do it. But also, in all seriousness, a lot of times, in fact, I saw one of the comments, why didn't you change the oil? Da, 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 da. Well, if you've got an old soot bomb that's got hydrocarbon filled oil and you parked it back in the dawn of time, and it's all sludgy and whatever else, it does get acidic, and it'll actually bond a main bearing to the crank, and once you crank it over, the babbitt gets ripped off and you've killed the bearing like that. Changing the oil doesn't change that. If it's happened, it happened while it was sitting here. Usually it's in damper climates that sort of thing happens and so on. So really the worst case scenario is that by not changing the oil, we introduced some kind of sludgy old oil into an engine that is incredibly understressed anyway. It's really pretty harmless. The damage was either done long before we touched it, or it's fine, and we're not doing any harm. So some of it was laziness, but it's a cost-benefit analysis, and I'm not that fussed about it. Now that said, when we get it all warmed up after driving it, it really should go in. The car should get a full service.
Yep.
I mean, but for the time being, for driving it, over stress.
Hey, sounds like we've got more episodes.
Oh, you could make a career out of this car.
Fluids, spark plug. All the easy stuff, right? Those are some pretty ancient spark plugs in there too.
Yeah. Again, this engine, I low miles, under stressed. I doubt anything's really in that bad a shape.
How about the belts?
I'll get back to you. That's funny. As a mechanic, right? You always recommend that your customer change the belts and hoses and tires and all this kind of stuff. On my own cars, belts carry a spare. I tend to worry about that less. My lawyer might say otherwise, but now I'm hoping that this crusty-looking connection is our guilty culprit on the. There's kind of a box here, which this almost looks. I don't know. Sometimes cars would build resistors and things right into the harness. This looks like something I could believe is factory. The only reason I'm looking at it with a suspicious eye is because all the rest of these wires are continuous, and whatever's in here is a mystery to me. So I say we look there first.
All right, Ted, you say you have it sorted.
I think so.
All right.
Second time's a charm.
All right, let's see if it's true. Now, the way we know if we've got the electrical gremlin sorted out is this little light will come on when and if you put the connector on the negative terminal of the battery. So give it a shot.
Okay.
Here we go.
I was holding my tongue just right the whole time, so I know it'll work.
Woohoo! All right, we have power.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! So that means, let's see if we can start her up and take her for a spin.
It means we can start her up and see if the solenoid still sticks, which it should, because I didn't fix that. But yeah.
That's a brand new solenoid we put in. So
yeah.
And that wasn't a refurbished one. That was apparently OEM.
New parts are just a good place to start, Yep. By the way, I'm taping up my earlier transgression here. Just.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Good to have sound electrical connections.
Or at least buried electrical connections that the next guy can diagnose.
We still have to fix the mouse tube part.
Yeah, we got that voltage regulator in our future.
Yeah. Oh, Ted, let's get her out of here. Here's the crazy thing. There's a spider over here. I wonder how many spiders live in this thing. Oh, he jumped! It's a jumping spider. I thought that
He's abandoning ship, Roman.
All right, check this out. My seat still tilts. Look at that.
You're kidding.
No, it's tilting. Yeah, it's working. This is luxury,
I wanna
dude.
play.
All right, I'm in reverse. Here we go.
Reverse is backwards, you know.
Oh, this has no gas in it. I think we need to get gas first.
We should get gas. But you know, there's a gas station almost 20 feet away, so we'll make it.
So we'll make it there for sure. She runs! Look at that.
It feels nice.
It sounds nice too, doesn't it?
2 miles an hour? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it really does. It's
Yeah.
great.
It steers, power steering, look. Using one hand.
Now you're just rubbing it in.
Of course, I don't think air conditioner is working, and it's very hot out there.
No, and I'm afraid to roll the window down and have it get stuck in that position. But
Yeah.
it has that hot car in the junkyard feel to it right now.
All right, well
This is awesome.
let's take it over to the gas station and put some gas in it.
By the way, I can tell you from firsthand experience, the
Yeah.
fuel filler is on your side.
Well, thank you. Because, look, you didn't break the miles empty. It's 38 miles to empty. How about that? Look at that ride. We're going some four-wheeling here, and it's just doing fine. Sort of. Look at that. How much we put in there, Ted? How optimistic are you? Couple gallons? All right, and what, the good stuff, the medium stuff, the cheap stuff?
I'm guessing you can get away with the cheap stuff.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Cheap stuff it is. All right, here we go. All right, the Italian tune-up,
The
huh?
Italian tune-up.
All right, let's give
Stab it and steer.
Let's give it an Italian tune-up. Stab it and steer, Ted?
I think that's from like, you know, Gumball Ragger.
All right.
What was that movie?
Here we go. Italian tune-up coming up. Oh,
That ain't it.
Whoa!
There we go.
It just completely died. That's why it's called the Italian tune-up, huh? Hey, and there is
This, you know,
40, 50. Oh my God, look at
and
that.
then it shifts. This has that sort of jet aircraft feel.
Oh God, it's shaking like.
Hey, that's the old square tires.
All right, here are my initial driving impressions, right? It's like piloting the boat. The front end is so far out there. I feel like I'm piloting aircraft carrier. Oh my gosh. And this steering is so light. I can't, you know, I can, look at this, look at this.
I approve. That's the kind of steering car should have.
Dude, man, I mean, a 1-year-old could steer this car. The brakes, well,
They're slowing us down.
they're slowing us down.
Yeah.
I think they need to probably get some,
Italian tune-up.
yeah, there. Of course, this has no
That's the fix
ABS,
for everything.
no air conditioning. So when it's 90 degrees outside, it's pretty hot in here, and we're afraid to open the window because, well, probably won't close it again.
You know, it does have air conditioning, doesn't it?
Yeah, like it's gonna.
I'm
work.
not saying we should Italian tune-up that, but
Want me to try it?
no.
Yeah, I'll turn it on. Here comes
Okay.
the air conditioning. There's the fan.
Turn it off. I'm too cold.
Yeah, that's on defrost here. How's that? Economy vent. AC is on, dude. I just turned the air conditioner on.
That's the pollen my corneas were looking for.
All right, so the radio doesn't work because the antenna won't come up, but what should we do? Glenn Miller or Ella Fitzgerald? Oh, look, here's the original one.
The quadrasonic balance. So you can actually set it up.
Oh, that one's not gonna work.
Oh,
That one's.
that belongs in the trunk almost.
Yeah, Tom Jones, dude.
What's new, pussycat?
Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, I'm only hearing the back speaker, unfortunately.
That's enough.
Well, I think we have, on the Quadrasonic, I think we have one speaker that still works.
I think one's good.
It's better than none.
It's one speaker working.
One
Yeah.
speaker, yeah. Oh, I just switched.
You switch the tracks. I'm flashing back to the 70s.